Have you ever felt truly trapped? Caught in a situation so overwhelming, so hopeless, that you knew you couldn't escape on your own? The book of Exodus is a story for everyone who has ever felt that way. It picks up centuries after Genesis ends, but the hope of God's promise has faded. The children of Israel are no longer honored guests in Egypt. They are slaves, suffering under the brutal hand of a Pharaoh who fears them. Their cries of anguish rise up, seemingly into an empty sky. But the sky is not empty. God hears them. He chooses an unlikely hero, Moses, an Israelite raised as an Egyptian prince, now a fugitive shepherd in the wilderness. At a bush that burns but is not consumed, God reveals his personal name, I am who I am, and sends Moses on an impossible mission. Go to the most powerful man on earth and say, "Let my people go." What follows is an epic confrontation. Pharaoh refuses, and God unleashes 10 plagues upon Egypt, each one a demonstration of his power over the gods of the Egyptians. The conflict reaches its crescendo on a terrifying night. God provides a way of escape through the blood of a lamb, the Passover. Every Israelite family protected by that blood is spared, and a grieving Egypt finally thrusts them out. But their freedom is immediately tested. Trapped between Pharaoh's charging army and the impassable Red Sea, Israel faces certain annihilation. Then, God does the impossible. He parts the waters and his people walk through on dry land. The sea then crashes down upon the Egyptian army, and the chains of slavery are definitively broken. God now has his rescued people in the wilderness, but they are not yet a nation. He leads them with a pillar of cloud and fire. He provides food from heaven called manna and water from a rock. At the foot of Mount Sinai, he gives them the 10 Commandments and the law, not as a list of rules to earn his love, but as a blueprint for how to live in freedom and in relationship with their rescuer. Yet, in a stunning act of betrayal, while Moses is still on the mountain, the people build a golden calf, breaking the covenant almost as soon as it's made. But here, God's mercy proves as powerful as his might. He forgives his rebellious people and, in an act of incredible intimacy, gives them the plans for a tabernacle, a sacred tent where his holy presence will dwell in their very midst. So, what does this ancient story of Exodus mean for us today? It means we have a God who hears the cries of those in bondage. It reveals that his name, I Am, is a promise that he is the ever-present, all-sufficient reality who steps into our impossible situations. The story of the Passover and the Red Sea is the ultimate declaration that he is a God who redeems, who makes a way where there is no way. And perhaps most importantly, Exodus shows us that God's goal isn't just to rescue us from our slavery, but to bring us to himself, so that he can dwell with us, guiding us and shaping us into his people. It is the powerful and enduring story of our great Redeemer.